Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to go out and get content and how to rewrite and reword it so that you can use it for your site. There's many different ways to do this. First thing you want to do is get on your dashboard. Then you want to click on Posts, and then you want to click on Add New. This is how we add a new page. And this module, this video, I'm only going to show you how to get the content, reword it, rewrite it, the different methods you can use, where to find it. And then the next few videos will go over how to get the images and how to add the products. Because to reiterate, you only need three things for a web page. You got to have words, you got to have an image, because an image is worth 1,000 words. And you got to have a product so that your web page can have an opportunity to make some money, which is kind of like an affiliate link. And we'll go over that with the software that we have. We're definitely going to be using multiple tabs. This is the most comprehensive video. I've already made 2 videos earlier in this. I'm going to do a third one just to reinforce it, and I'm going to try to go a little bit slower so that you guys can grasp it more. But you really are going to want to resize your windows perfectly. Notice how I have it resized, so there's an area of my desktop right here, which is important. And you're going to need to have, honestly, you're going to open up a WordPad. I can right-click, New, Text Document. I can go Start, All Programs, Accessories, Notepad. Here's a Notepad. Here's a text pad. I've got both. And then even if that's an issue, we can open up Microsoft Word. I'm going to recommend that you do not use Word, because when you copy and paste from Word into your web page, these web pages, browser based, they don't like Microsoft Word. Word's good for spell check and formatting, but guess what? Your website also has spell check, so I really want to say don't use Word. You really want to use Notepad or TextPad. If you've got Windows, I guarantee that you have either Notepad or TextPad. You might have to find it. Usually, again, you can right-click on your desktop and get one opened. You can go Start Programs, Accessories, and get one opened. Do what you have to do, but you got to find it. If you can't find it, download it, install it. It's a free program. It makes this so much easier. The reason we don't want to copy and paste directly into our web page browser is if we make a mistake or we hit the wrong key, we can lose the information and it can become quite frustrating. So using Notepad and TextPad is kind of like your safety net. Just makes things easier. Once you get used to copying and pasting, we went over copying and pasting in the previous video, you can master this pretty quickly. So in this example, I'm going to use a notepad. Again, I stress that you do too. All I have to do is go over to the dashboard once I'm logged into my website. And remember, we've emailed you your username and password. You've got the links to log into your dashboard, 2 different places on every page of your website. If you still can't find it, shoot us an email. I'll get you your username, password, and link. But you do want to hover over Posts and click on Add New. And for this example, I love electronics. I'm going to show you guys how to get content and find relevant products for your website for any industry. And so we do want to go ahead and we do want to open up a new tab. We're going to open up a new tab and we're going to go to Google. Now notice I have Google as a, search bar. I actually want to be on the website of google.com. I want a nice big search bar like this, and Amazon and eBay are your primary source here. So I'm going to give you some magic words. You really can just focus on Amazon for this method, even if you're using eBay. And I'm going to give you the 4 magic words. It's Amazon best selling, and then whatever category you want to use. It could be beauty, it could be weight loss, it could be fitness, it could be golf clubs, it could be electronics, iPads, iPhones, computers, anything general or anything specific. We're going to do electronics, so I'm going to do the iPhone 6. It's the hottest thing right now for electronics. If I type in Amazon best selling, iPhone 6 might be too specific. I might just say best selling cell phones. Let's pretend I don't know that the iPhone is out there. I can get these bestseller lists. Every time I type in these three keywords and add a fourth, it will always come up with Amazon best sellers. So let's check out the best cell phones and accessories. And it's no it's no wonder that there's going to be a lot of iPhone 6 accessories. These are the top selling products right now on Amazon. And for this category, Amazon literally lists the top 100 selling items on its site in order from most popular down to number 100. Towards the bottom of the page, you can get the display, the results, because it only gives you 20 at a time. So you got, scrolling down, that's 21 through 40. Here's 41 through 60. Right now, as an example, the iPhone 6, the iPhone 6 Plus, and the iPhone Watch. It's like a Dick Tracy watch. Those have to be the three most popular devices anywhere in the world right now. Apple's become that big. They're a monster. But you have to keep in mind all of the accessories. And you can get the accessories like the chargers, the cases, the lenses, you name it. You can get all that stuff cheaper online, especially through Amazon or eBay, compared to what you'd pay at the Verizon store or the T-Mobile store, AT&T. The accessories are definitely cheaper online. And so we can again just scroll through and look at all these different things. Now, I like to find things that are over $20 because remember, you're paid a percentage of commission, so you probably don't want to sell things for 50 cents. It's going to take you a long time to make any real money. Okay, but here's a great one. This is the 45th best-selling accessory right now. It's a good start, and it's an iPhone 6 case. So let's go ahead and click on that, and we can actually get the details right here. It's 50 bucks. It's a super durable iPhone 6 case. It comes in all kinds of different colors, and this would be a great item to write about and list on our website. So once we find a product to talk about, we're going to want to go ahead and find some reviews. We can do a couple of different things here. We can go to Google and this thing's called an OtterBox iPhone 6 case review. We always want to add the word review to our search. That'll help us get more words instead of just product descriptions, which can be extremely redundant. And we want to see if there's any reviews for this. And what we can do is just start clicking on search results, trying to find a write-up of this case. And sure enough, here's a great write-up. Now we're not going to take their pictures. We just want to grab the text, and we want to do it from 2 or 3 sources. We kind of want to mix and match, and then we're going to rewrite the content so that we're not plagiarizing. We're going to put it in our own words so there's no copyright issues, but also so that Google will index it. Now I'm just left clicking and dragging over the content with my mouse. You can see it's highlighting. I right click copy and I come over to the text document and I just paste it in there. And I can do a view word wrap Okay, see that? And it forces all the text so I can see it. And here's a couple hundred words. It's a good start, but we should get at least one more review so we can kind of get the best of both worlds. Mix and match this content, reword it, rephrase it, so that we can make it unique. Now, another way to do this is to read a couple of reviews, and if you can retain the information, you can look at nothing once you understand how the case works, and you can write it from scratch. That's how I used to do it. If you're able to get it, if it makes sense. Oh, I understand the product, I can write about this. That's another way to do it. Sometimes that can even be faster. I don't even type that fast. I'm a typo king. I type with 2 fingers, sometimes 3 if I'm lucky. So I'm a slow typer in that respect, but I make up for it in speed with my 3 fingers. And I know, because I've done hundreds of articles since 2004, I can type a 400 to 500 page article from scratch in less than 15 minutes. Obviously, I need to know about the product I'm writing about. I'll have to read 2 or 3 articles for 5 or 10 minutes, power read them. I can read pretty quickly and do it that way. Or mix and match the paragraphs, rearrange them, put them in your own words, change some words out. That's option number 2. And option number 3, which is what I do now because I'm kind of lazy now since I've done hundreds of these. It's not as new and fresh to me. It gets a little bit redundant. It should not be redundant for you because it's new to you still. So you can definitely do them by hand. But personally, for $77 a year, I use Spin Rewriter. What I'll do is I'll pull the content, mix and match the paragraphs. I'll throw it into Spin Rewriter, push a button, paste it back out, and I'm done. And there's already a video I made on showing you how to exactly do that. But you got 3 different ways. Again, mix and match paragraphs, rewrite the paragraphs in your own words, or change a few sentences in each paragraph, maybe even add a paragraph or 2. That's one way. The second way is to just write it from scratch. Retain it, read it, or read it, retain it, write from scratch. And then the third way is to mix and match, throw it into Spin Rewriter. It's up to you. Now please understand, your goal, all you have to do is 5 posts or pages. Remember, I use those words interchangeably. 5 posts per week, 1 to 2 per day at most. Don't do 5 in one day. Google doesn't like that, especially when your website's new. You got to spread them out. But add 5 posts per week for 90 days. Don't look back. Don't stress out. Don't worry if you're doing it right or wrong. You can always send me an email. I can check it for you and let you know if you missed something or kind of give you some feedback. There really is no right or wrong way to do it. The key is you just got to do it. Don't stress yourself out. If you do this from scratch, you read, write, and retain, you can do a post in less than 45 minutes. If you mix and match paragraphs, you can do it and reword it. You can do it in about 30 minutes. And if you do a Spin Rewriter, I can do them in about 10 minutes or less. Now, the first few times, it might take you an hour and a half. It might even take you 2 hours to get one done. But I guarantee you, the more you do, the faster you will get. You will only get faster, even if it takes you 1 hour. It's only 5 hours per week. It's not even a part-time job. If you guys want to get significant results to your website, and you want a website that can take off and become a 6-figure website, this is going to be required. There's no way around this. We're doing marketing for you. We're throwing traffic. We're going to get you paid traffic if it's in your purchase plan that you purchased from us. We're going to help you get search engine traffic. But if you really want to push through and you want to create a passive income, you will need to do 2 things on your own. Number 1 is add these 5 posts per week like clockwork. And after 90 days, hopefully by then you could start to see some good results so that you're motivated. Okay, you'll want to do it for life. There's still websites that I maintain. I personally add content every single week because they're six-figure websites. I'd be crazy not to. The conversions can become very significant. And just so you know, you're writing about current events. We have a database of articles that go onto your website that adds pages every day that helps your website. But our articles are not always going to be about the newest products that come out. Like this iPhone 6 is a grand slam home run. You could be writing about this product alone and its accessories for the next 2 months and not even have to do more research. Just find similar products and blow it up. If you're in electronics, I wouldn't think twice. That's all I would do. The iPhone 6, the Plus, which is the bigger version, and the Dick Tracy watch phone, which I don't think is as popular, but there's definitely a buzz around it. So it's pretty cool. I can remember back in the earlier 90s, my dad had this company cell phone. It was the size of a phone book and maybe a little bit smaller and a little bit thicker, and he had it in his car. It was quote unquote portable, and it was like the coolest thing in the world because I'd sneak his car out when I was younger, and the phone would be in there, and my friends would be like, "Oh my God, look at that phone! That is so cool!" And it was by NEC, and it had like lights. It was backlit. It was like something out of this world. And that was, probably in 1994, so 20 years ago. And I never could conceive a phone that would be on a watch that small. I would think, yeah, maybe 50 years from now, not 20. And it's pretty amazing back then. These days, I don't think it's as amazing. But whatever. So at any rate, let's find another review for this case. When it comes to Google, I almost never go past page 1. Nobody does. But when it comes to finding reviews, be prepared to go 3 or 4 pages deep. Look at this. Here's another write-up with bullet points. People love bullet points. I love bullet points. It's a great thing to mix and match. So once again, I'm going to select this content. Notice how I'm getting the images too. If I pasted this into Microsoft Word, it would be grabbing those images. In fact, this review is so long, I'm not even going to take all of it. I'm just going to take some of it. But when I paste it into this text pad, word pad, or notepad, it does not pull the images. That's the beauty of this. I now have 2 articles. There's a ton of content in here. I got to spend a few minutes cleaning it up. And the first thing I'm going to do is take out these short little sentences. They're just not required. I'm going to clean up the spacing. I want things to look congruent. I'm definitely going to go back and forth on word wrap. When I'm on word wrap, I can kind of see the layout. I want nice clean lines. Now notice how I did not see those bullet points. I can fix that. I could just put hyphens in here, and that will remind me that, hey, these are bullet points. So I'm going to spend a few minutes. I might spend 5 minutes just going through and cleaning this up. Just to get it, I'm going to get rid of this stuff, just to get it cleaned up. And so here we have it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 paragraphs, and then 2 bullet point sections. So I'm going to put the word wrap back on. I'm going to kind of look through this, and I'm going to move some things around. I can select this bullet point area, and I can move it up here. I can come over to this paragraph. I can just delete it. I only need 7 or 8 paragraphs. Right now there's too much in here. So I'm going to get rid of some of these. You'll start to get a second nature from this. It becomes easier and easier. I can put my word wrap back on. Again, I go back and forth. This all of a sudden is looking pretty cleaned up. I'm going to delete out another paragraph. I'm I'm going to scroll back over. Got to play with it sometimes. And now this looks pretty clean to me. I do need to go in, however, put the word wrap back on and play around with these words. So what I might do is start with the first paragraph right here, and I might rewrite it completely in my own words. I'm going to pause the video and rewrite it right now. Okay, so it took about maybe a minute. I read the paragraph and then I simply rewrote it from what I read. So let's see before and after. This is what they wrote. OtterBox was one of a number of companies to introduce cases for the iPhone 6 before the device officially hit the market. Now that Apple has released the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, we'll be digging in deeper for our case reviews. We take a close look at the case's coverage, fit and finish, protection and price with extra consideration given to outstanding aesthetics and innovation. OtterBox's first iPhone 6 cases are models we've seen for prior iPhones. The two-piece commuter, $40 to $45, bulky Defender $60, and one-piece Symmetry $40 to $45. So I just kind of summarized that in my own words, so I don't have to worry about any kind of plagiarism or duplicate content that could affect how Google ranks the page. Google does not like duplicated content, so we have to make it diverse. Here's what I wrote. The OtterBox company is a pioneer of the industry. They're always one step ahead of the game, and they managed, a few typos in here, they managed to introduce the iPhone 6 cases before the iPhone 6 even hit the market. This review will cover the schematics and details of the iPhone 6 case that currently retails for about $40 to $50. OtterBox has definitely done their homework to deliver a durable, compact, strong case that comes in many colors. Simple. Now I can delete this paragraph, and now I know that this one is done. So now I would go to the second paragraph and do the same thing. And I'll just keep going from paragraph to paragraph until the entire thing is rewritten. Remember, you only need 300 words at a minimum. I prefer 500. Anything over 700 words is kind of overkill. So you want to be between 300 and 700 words. This article can literally be rewritten in 15 minutes. If you read carefully the reviews, you could also write this from scratch in about 15 minutes as well, but you'd have to spend more time reading on top of it. Whatever you're good at. Some people will be good at one way, some people will be good at the other way. Personally, that I've done so many of these, I'd take this and I'd just throw it into Spin Rewriter and I'd be done. I'd still have to clean it up, I'd still have to alter some paragraphs, I'd still have to proofread it. But again, you'll get faster. Even if it takes you an hour to do all those things, we're only talking 5 hours per week. One lousy hour per day for your website business. So you guys can do this. Now, let's pretend that I actually reworded the entire thing. I would do the special key. I could right click, select all, or I could just hit Control A. If on a Macintosh, I could hit Command A, which selects all. Now I can hit Control C or right click, copy. They do the same thing. I click over to the area where we're going to add our new post. I can right click, paste, or I can hit Control V. On a Mac, I can hit Command V, and it's going to paste this in. We still need to have a title. The title should be pretty easy. OtterBox iPhone 6 Case Review. It's very basic. Those are what we call keywords. They're right on target. And as I scroll down, I can see kind of how the layout's going to look. And ultimately, it looks fine. It really does. We have our paragraphs, we have our bullet points. We can, we can even space these out more if we want to. There's nothing wrong with having lots of white space on your web pages. They can prove that people will stay on your website longer and read more if everything is spaced out. So we'll just space everything out. I mean, that's basically it. So we went to Google, we actually went to Amazon, we typed in the 4 magic words. We started off in Google, and it's Amazon best selling. Whether it's cell phones, electronics, beauty products, weight loss products. You can be really generic. You can be more specific. Like with electronics, I could say cell phone. If I wanted to be super targeted, I could say Amazon best-selling iPhone, Samsung, HTC, cell phone, tablet, laptop, computer, camera, any specific thing. I could say best-selling Samsung TV. I could start doing brands, but as long as I start with Amazon best-selling, it's going to give me the Amazon bestseller list, which will show me the top 100 products. I click on that list. Here's contract cell phones. Look at this. The #1 selling phone with a contract on Amazon is the Fire Phone. Amazon Fire Phone, and this provider we can see is AT&T. Definitely something to write a review about. That Fire Phone is hot. I don't know anything about it. Looks kind of like an iPhone and a Samsung combined, but you definitely want to look into it. As you can see here, Samsung's, LG, and it's interesting to note that you don't see the iPhone in here. Don't be misled. This is for contract cell phones. And so I think the only way you can buy an iPhone on Amazon is if it's out of contract. You can't buy an iPhone contract, it looks like. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know that the iPhone is one of the best selling. Let's go back and look through 20 through 40. I don't even see the iPhone listed. Again, that tells me that it has something to do with that word contract. So play around with it, get creative. There are more products than you could ever write about in your lifetime, regardless of your industry. If we built you a website, the industry that you selected with our advice is one of the largest online industries. There are no shortage of products. When you write about specific products on your website and you do reviews, you're going to attract people that are looking for specific products. They're on the fence. They want to read a review to get warm and fuzzy. And then, of course, right inside your review, you want to have an opportunity for them to click to buy that product right away. If you don't have a product link, then they're going to go somewhere else and find it, and someone else is going to make the commission, not you. So you definitely want to have that link in there, and in the next couple videos I'll show you how to do that. Now, once we've pasted the content in here, all we have to do is pick a category. Obviously this is about the iPhone, and then we would click publish. This page is not done yet, so I'm not going to publish it. However, if you are writing about something and you don't have a category, let's say that you wanted to write about a camera, a digital camera. Well, none of these categories make sense. They're not specific. You would simply go over to posts and click on categories. And you can add new categories. Here's one called digital cameras. You have to put what's called a slug. You cannot have any spaces in slugs, and it should all be lowercase. If I click add new category, here it is, digital cameras. When I go back to posts and click on post, now you can see that this digital cameras option is here. I would unselect laptops, check off digital cameras if this was about cameras, and click publish, and we'd be done. All right, look forward to the next video.